Okay, welcome everyone to what we call Bionano technology, BTEN. That's wrong. It's actually BTEN 4378. Sem2 2021-2022. My name is Dr. Wan Fazli. Some of you know me because some of you take the lab with me, right? Not some, all of you take lab with me. Okay, so my office is E5212.6. Now the office is important because it's physical. Sometimes I ask you to submit the assignment, maybe you can sleep under the door. Okay, in front of my office there are what we call my name lah. And also that's my email. Let's start with the when is this class? The class is on Monday and Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. The first class is for the briefing only. So the time is between 10 to 11:20. Okay, try to attend on time because I try to start on time so that I can finish early. Because remember, later on next week, starting next week, there are lecturers using this venue and before me and after me. So I need to set up my camera and so on. It takes time. Okay, so hopefully if you come early, then it will make the class sweet and short. I mean, around 1 hour like that. So I try to make the class is around 1 hour, 1 hour 10 like that lah. Okay, to give leeway for me to set up and so on. So the venue is here. Our previous venue is over there, 13119. I cannot use that venue because that venue, this whiteboard is hidden by this projector slide. So because normally I'm using whiteboard, I'm not really using the slide. Okay, so it's bad news for those of you who want just a slide with notes. That's bad news lah. You need to write. You need to write because I also write. Of course, I record, but as I said, I may or may not give to you. Okay, so about the communication for this session, this class, we will use WhatsApp. If there is any cancellation of class, I WhatsApp you. If there is any update, quiz, whatever, I will tell you in advance lah. Normally 1 day before. For quiz, I tell you there are quiz a week before lah. A week before. Okay, some material will be put in the Google Classroom. I did not create yet the Google Classroom, so that's why you don't have the Google Classroom for Bionano yet. But later on, there will be Google Classroom. The idea for Google Classroom is that sometimes I give maybe the slide, but my slide is just picture, so I put there, but not yet lah. So no Google Classroom yet. Later there will be lah. Okay, so for the assessment, how you will be evaluated in this course? Written, nampak ni. Pegang pensel, not online. Your midterm and your quiz will be conducted physical. This is for the entire kuliah lah. Hopefully there are no outbreak. Meaning that you need to go to what we call exam hall and what we call bring back this pen and paper. What is that sound? This sound? Is that my camera? It's okay. I thought my camera. As long as it's not my camera, it's okay. I thought it's overheating. Okay, so there will be some presentation. Later on, I will show you what is the distribution of the assessment, the quiz, the midterm, and so on. But I just give you the overall view first. There will be presentation, meaning that this time you need to go in front, live lah, not recorded. Okay. So the default method for this class is face-to-face, like now, face-to-face, face-to-face. It's boring, online. I can do online. It's easy, not easy. I mean, yeah, but the Wi-Fi in Mahalah, I don't think that you like it, right? But face-to-face. So if there is any outbreak, we will use online. I will use Zoom. I will use Zoom, and once in a while, this I not sure yet. Once in a while, let's say, God forbid that let's say I got COVID positive, whatever, I cannot come to the class, so I will conduct with the online method lah. So that's the reason I put once in a while. And maybe without any reason, I also do it once in a while. That's why I put once in a while without any specific mention there. Okay, so that's the way how the class will look like. Okay, you see. Assalamualaikum. Kelas lah. Kelas Dr. Ha. Saya tak kelas. Face to face. Okay. Okay. Okay, so any question? No. Okay, the reason why normally in the class I will ask the name each of you, but I need to speed time. This time the first class, maybe along the way I will know you lah. I will ask your name and so on, whatever. Oh, by the way, by face-to-face teaching, sometimes I just ask your name. For example, Obada, that guy, siapa? Safar Fatih, Megat, Semayat, whatever lah. Okay, the style of teaching. Okay, for the class, come on time. I typically write on board. Okay, I typically write on board. Okay, where is my marker? Need to check also. Can you see or not? Okay, let me check. Tell me Saida. Siapa nama? Nisa. Saida. Okay, can you tell me whether you can see or not, because I want to test first. This is Bionano BTEN 4378. Bionano Technology. Apa? Wednesday. Wednesday 10 AM until 11:20 AM. And also the reason why I write in the different color, because normally I use different color, so I want to see whether this color can be captured by the camera or not. That's the reason. And also whether Nisa can see or not, because Nisa is the back. Megat, can you see? Okay, at E139. You can see everybody? Can you see Megat? So this is my default handwriting lah. So this big. Okay. Don't expect notes on slide, because most of the time it's just picture. Okay. So most of the time it's a picture lah, because I use slide for picture. If I record, I may or may give you the recording depending on the time, because it takes time to render whatever and so on. So yeah, sometimes I do demo in class. When I do demo, I do in front. In that I bring something. For example, I want to show about surface tension, I bring water here. But of course, you cannot come here because now it's COVID. You need to make sure the SOP. So what I will do is that I will bring the webcam like this. Mana webcam? Webcam, and then I connect with this, just to give you the idea lah. Also practice also for me later on. So I just connect with this, and then it's done lah. And then I open, just to give you idea. I want to see whether you can see or not and to double check first. Mana? Siapa nama you? Umi Mana? Logi kamera. Check lagi step. Okay, wait. I want to see whether you can see or not what I show in front to test. The first class is basically testing and briefing lah. So while testing, I briefing lah. Okay, while it's loading, let me tell about marking first. Marking, no free mark. I give mark to those who deserve. Okay, bonus mark time occur randomly. For example, if I saw there are many students doesn't come, that's the time where I give like pop quiz lah. Not pop quiz for me is not like it's like a bonus only. It doesn't affect your entire curriculum. Meaning that if let's say in your weightage for camp, midterm this much, quiz this much, that's already set. When I said bonus mark is on top of that, meaning that the bonus mark will be added on that. So it's not like you want it, you get it. So that's the idea. Maximum 5 points overall. This 5 points meaning that, let's say your carry mark is 40, you get 5 bonus mark. I add 5 to the 40. That 5, I mean the 5 out of 100. It's not 5, the sub 5 is just 5 out of 100, the total your assessment. Okay, later along the way you understand lah what I mean is. Meaning that, let's say every time I give pop quiz, not pop quiz, I mean I say quiz time, I mean, or no, not quiz time. bonus mark time. And always the time Umi answer the thing 5 times. Okay, greedy, right? But it's okay, better greedy in this part, because 5 mark make a difference between whether you pass or not pass, whether A or A minus, whether B or B plus. That make a difference, because the difference between each grade is 5. Okay, 60, 65, 60, 70, 75, and so on. So this make a difference. So the maximum Umi can take is 5 only. Okay, and then after that, if Umi answer again, then it's still maintained at 5. Okay. Okay, midterm and final. 40% easy, 30% medium, and 30% hard. This is how we conduct your final or midterm lah. Your question for the final is vetted, meaning that we make a question, we give to other person to check. So one of the criteria, you need to fulfill this thing. So you don't expect the final must be easy for all. The question all easy. They must be like the bell curve like that. For example, like the bell curve like this. Not the bell curve. Yeah, bell curve lah. Meaning that most of the student will be expected. For example, this is 100%, this is 0. Okay, most of the student expected to what we call to lie here lah, the score in the median here around 70, 60. The reason because this is because the way how we make your final exam lah. You can see 40% easy. So most of student is expected to score here. Some students who are coming to the class and do the work expected to fulfill this, and the exceptional student who really work hard can get this. But I don't say all of you cannot get A. If let's say you really do it well, then why not? Everybody got A. But that's quite rare lah, quite rare, because they always have this fluctuation in there are some students about motivation and so on. Just to tell you, this is the way how we do your midterm and final. So don't expect your midterm and final easy all the way. If let's say you study well, then easy lah for you. But in general, this is the way. Absent focus and midterm without valid result, 0 mark, of course lah. Don't submit assignment on project, 0 mark. Cheating, 0 mark. You know lah that thing. Okay, let me check this thing. Terbalik. Sekejap, macam mana nak? But it's working lah kan? As long as it's working, it's okay. Wait, macam mana terbalik kan? Oh, patutlah saya terbalik saya punya ni. So, hilang. Okay. Nampak kan je lah. Tak apa, ni saya just nak test je ni. Saya tak betul-betul buat lagi ni. When they are demo, what I do is like this. Like this. And maybe I bring the what we call the tripod or whatever, not small tripod here, and just do a demo here so everyone can see lah. Everyone can see. Okay, so this is the mouse. The other name is tikus or whatever like that. Okay. So, I need to make the anti-flicker lah. Okay. So I need to change the flickering method to advanced setting. Mana anti-flicker ni? Jap ya. The flicker. Okay, 50 Hz. Let's so 50. Better sikit. It's okay lah. As long as you can see. Is it clear or not at the back? Is it clear or not? This is what, Lisa? This is what? This is what? 2. Good. Okay. Okay, so that's good. So let's coming back to this thing. So I just want to check only lah. Okay, coming back to this thing. Okay. Okay, course synopsis about Bionano. This course will introduce. Okay, this course will introduce only the student to the field of bionanotechnology. The rest you read lah. So the keyword here is introduce. There are no course before this that talk about nano. I mean specifically about nano. Normally when you go outside university, there are certain course, very clear-cut course, they call it nanotechnology. But under BTEN, I don't think they are nanotechnology, right? Course. Even in material also, I don't think they are like the one course called nanotechnology in material department. So that's why this course is introduce you to the concept of Bionano. I don't go in detail about this Bionano. The way how I conduct is that I first talk about nano, and then maybe the first half before the your Raya, Aidilfitri, is about nano, and then after Raya, then we talk about Bionano. More or less like that lah, the idea. So we go step by step. So that's, you read lah. By the way, I will put the course outline in the Google Classroom later on. Not now, later on. So they're also there. So the main thing is that this course introduces the student to the field of nanotechnology, bio-nanotechnology. And because this bio-nanotechnology, you can see there are three words, bio-nanotechnology. So it's interdisciplinary. Okay, when something is too big, you cannot cover everything. So I choose and pick and choose. Okay. Next, learning outcomes. For every class, you will, your lecturer will told you this in the beginning of the first class lah. The learning outcome, what we expect you to learn at the end of this class. That's what does it mean by learning outcome. So there are 5. Just focus on the red one only. There are 5 things that you will learn: the fundamental, the tools, the principle, the techniques, and the application. It's 5 things that you will learn lah. So fundamental concept in nano, especially in nano lah. In nano, what is nano, and so on. And then tools, how to look something small. Okay, you cannot use the microscope, normal microscope. You need to use something like ultra microscope. And we will learn how to use this. Learn how to not use the theory behind this thing. Okay. Anyone use SEM before for FYP? Ada? You already 4 year, right? Not yet use. For year FYP you already take, right?
Yes, take.
Okay. Okay. So maybe some of you who working with nano whatever will use this thing. Okay. Sometimes you see in the picture they are like in the image, when you Google you see some image of butterfly, no butterfly, apa tu? Fly eyes, right? You see something like mana? Oh, saya biasa guna ni, tak biasa guna tu. Laju sikit. Okey. Okey, jap ya. Butterfly eye, SEM. Nah. Okay, sometimes you see something like this in the image, right? You cannot get this image using a normal microscope. This is basically taken using the electron microscope. So that's why you can see very detailed on the eyes of the fly. You can see here they are color, but in reality they are no color, because when you use electron, you don't use the light. So actually they are no color, because the color that you see, the black, the yellow, whatever lah, you can see it's because of the light reflecting to your eyes. But when you use electron, then the electron wavelength is smaller than the light, so you don't in the visible region of light lah. So this is basically not the color. This is basically contrast only. It's not black and white. It's basically the contrast. Later we will learn lah about what in detail, but give you the idea about, in order to, there are special tool for you to see the world of the very small lah. Nak gimana ni di sini? Okay, and then principle of bio-nanotechnology. One of the main principle of bio-nanotechnology is self-assemble. Okay, self-assemble is like this. Let's say you wake up this morning, kan? This morning you wake up, you make up your bed, right? Okay, self-assemble is like you wake up, you go to toilet, and suddenly the bed made itself. It just clean itself. So not that. That is different. That is entropy. It's like, sorry, that different analogy. self-assembly is like this. It's like when you make a Lego, you want to build something, you need to put yourself, right? I mean, you use your hand to make. Self-assembly is as if you have a Lego, you throw, suddenly it becomes something. So it's assemble itself. So that's one of the, what we call, one of the principle of Bionano. That's techniques. So how to do surface modification, layer by layer, whatever, so on lah. And lastly, the application. We will look at two applications, the biosensor and drug delivery. Okay, the sensor that you use for COVID rapid test kits, that's chemical, that's more like a detector. Biosensor is basically you check something and then it gives you some numbers. Now, when you do rapid test kit, you put saliva and whatever, and then you put on the test kit. You don't get a number, you get the line, right? So normally the biosensor, the proper biosensor is that you not only get the line, you get like the electronic display. Like when you are pregnant, when you are pregnant, you wear this pregnancy test. The what we call the very high end one. They will tell you, okay, pregnant 2 weeks. They have the display, the electronic display. So that's normally what sensor, because you can reuse. You can reuse again lah. That no, it's not. Pregnancy test is one time only. The glucose sensor lah. The idea of biosensor is that you can reuse again. RTK, the one that you use for COVID, you can use once only and then you throw, right? The sensor, normally the idea of the sensor, you can reuse again. You bring, there are sensor here, you put whatever, you give you data, and then you throw and you buy a new one, you put inside the sensor, you give data. So that's normally biosensor. They have like reusable again and again. Okay, next. Banyak cakap lah ni. Okay, so supplementary reading. So this you can find in your library, and this is a new one lah, whatever. But don't worry if you don't have this. You can find out. You know how to find out. This just a guideline only. Whatever coming to your midterm, final, quiz, whatever is whatever I teach here. Okay, because this go detail. This is just give a story lah, background story. This go in detail. As I said, this course in the synopsis is just introduction only. Okay, so this good to what we call to get the idea lah. If you want to know more, then you can go refer to this book lah. Okay, assessment. So starting semester 1, 2019 to 2020. The kuliah, not kuliah, basically this regulation by the Accreditation Council of Engineering that accredit your course is that they say that to pass the course, a student need to pass your final. So this is the assessment for your Bionano. You can see the quiz is 10%. We only have, I think I went to do 2 quiz only lah. 2 proper quiz lah. And then assignment, only 1 assignment, 5%. Mini project report presentation, maybe there are 2. One individual, one group, maybe. I'm not really sure yet. But this project most likely will be presentation lah, because 2 years you just talk in front of your phone. This time you talk in front of the people. So that's midterm. Okay, midterm. I will do it before let me. I have the date. Wait, because I need to set the date. The midterm happen in the class. Midterm happen in the class, meaning that you have only 1 hour 20 minutes to do your midterm. Wait, I check. When? I don't have here. In the first class, I will tell you when is your midterm. But the midterm happen before you go back to your for raya. So that's the idea. The date, the exact date, I will tell you later lah. And normally my midterm happen in the class time, so you don't have excuse lah. Final 40%. So based on this, if let's say your final is 40%, so the pass mark half 20. So if you get less than 20, like 19, even though your carry mark is 60, you add together is pass, but in the system you are fail. You know this, right? You know, right? Okay. So make sure about that. Okay, next. Okay, the grades. So before this, your CGPA, your grade 80 to 85 is A. Is A minus before this. Before that, before this. 80 to 85 A minus. 85 to 100 is A, which I think this much better lah. That's much better because you can differentiate the real good student and average student. Using this grade is, I don't like this grade. I mean, you cannot really differentiate. You cannot really differentiate which good student or not, because you see, the A minus is 75 to 7. It's like the A is too much. It's 20. The gap is 20. The rest is 5. So yes, you may say that, oh, good for you, but from our perspective, it's not really good. Not really. It's not about not really good. I mean that you cannot differentiate which one is the good student, really good student, and not. But maybe that's advantage for you lah. So try to score. Because if let's say your CGPA, this is your final year, right? If your CGPA is around 3 point something, 3.5 and above, 3.67, you get the first class honor. 3.67 and up, you get first class honor, meaning that during convo you go up and then your name called as a first class honor, and in transcript you get this thing, and also in this lah, you know that thing, and then you can get scholarship. Of course, people say CGPA is not everything, but it's the door open you to scholarship and so on, free, whatever lah later on. If let's say you get below 50, fail, and if your CGPA is below this, below 1.67, I think they are dismissed. You are maybe twice, you will be dismissed from this, regardless you are 4th year or 3rd year, whatever. So be careful about this. Okay, next, attendance. Okay, attendance is compulsory. Because now we start face to face, you need to come attend the class and so on. If let's say you are sick, not feeling well, and show COVID symptoms, don't come. Don't jeopardize everybody. Don't come. But you need to give a proof lah. Janganlah tiap-tiap hari COVID. Okay. So you need to inform me in advance. Not after the class. Okay. Before the class. Okay. So you can read lah. Proof, maybe this is a little bit difficult lah. But other than COVID, if you absent other than COVID problem, then you need to give me like MC, official document, whatever lah, whatever and so on. So you know this stuff. The footnote here, I said that sometimes they will bonus mark, the one that I tell you. So if you miss many times, then you will miss the bonus time lah. So normally I do it when I see not many people come. Okay, but if everybody come, I also did lah, but randomly. Any question here? No, about the warning letter, blank letter, it's real lah. You can see there, it's real lah. My name it's not I'm being barred, I'm being warned or barred. I bar people. Okay. Because your attendance, later on I give you attendance. This attendance, oh I forgot lah, lama tak kelas physical. Remember this thing? Every time you come to class, this very exciting paper, pass. So that's attendance sheet. Because we need to give the attendance sheet is not for fun, because we need to provide that to the academic affair. So if let's say we don't bar you, then their problem. They see, oh, this student doesn't come and so on. And don't fake the signature. I know, I check every day. I check and I take picture, so I have proof. Okay, so make sure you come. If you cannot come for whatever reason, tell me and give the reason lah, valid reason lah. Oversleep, not valid reason lah. Oversleep, what else? Tayar pancit ke? If tayar pancit, you datang lah juga. Lambat pun lambat lah. Okay. Okay, dress code. No collarless t-shirt. Yesterday, I go to this office. I don't know what the name, the DAA or whatever lah. AA office, academic affairs office, there are one student wear the round neck collar, no collar shirt, and then they ask something with the personnel in the office, and then the personnel thanking apa dalam bahasa Inggeris, thanking, scold that person in front of others lah. Oh, you cannot please wear this thing, because it's clearly mentioned in outside the office of that office. There are banner where without the collar, must have collar lah. Although you might say alah collar je kot. You masuk, you enter people home, then you need to respect their rules. It's like that lah. So that's the thing lah. For female, we decently, and I think that's it for now. Okay. Okay. Any question? Any question about yeah?
I have a appointment in the hospital.
It's okay. Tell me lah. Tell me appointment, what date, and so on, and yeah. Any question? Rani? Any question? No.